Tomorrow, a 21-year-old from the Philippines walks onto a hard court in Washington to face a woman who once beat her so badly it nearly broke something in her. Her name is Alex Eala. And the last time these two players shared a court, Alex walked away with a bronze medal and a memory she has carried for 3 years. Back then, at the 2023 Asian Games, Alex was the underdog who dared to dream. She pushed her way into a semi-final against one of the most dangerous hitters in the sport, and for a set, she matched her. She even took a tiebreak. But in the end, experience won. The Chinese star across the net closed it out in 3 sets, marched on to the final, and walked away with Olympic gold a year later in Paris. Alex was left holding bronze and something else, a memory of exactly how it felt to fall just short of a legend in the making. Now the draw has brought them back together. Same sport, same stakes, different Alex. Because the player stepping onto that court tomorrow is not the same girl who lost in Hangzhou. She's coming off the best month of her career, a Wimbledon run that made her the first Filipino in history to reach the second week of a Grand Slam singles draw. She's ranked 29 in the world. She's dangerous now, not just promising. And she knows exactly who's waiting for her on the other side of the net. Her opponent's story could not be more different, and that's what makes this so fascinating. Zheng Qinwen enters this match as a former world number 4, an Olympic champion, a player whose serve and forehand have troubled the very best in the world. On paper, she is still the bigger name, the heavier resume, the player who has already stood on the biggest stage tennis has to offer and lifted a gold medal in front of the entire world. But paper doesn't play tennis. And right now, Zheng is not the player she was in Paris. An elbow injury and months away from competition have dropped her all the way down to 123 in the rankings. She's been grinding her way back through smaller tournaments, chasing the form that once made her nearly untouchable. A quarterfinal in Athens was a step forward, but stepping onto a stage against a red-hot, rising opponent, fresh off a career-best Grand Slam run, that's a very different kind of test. So here's the real question nobody's asking loudly enough. Is this actually the David versus Goliath matchup it looks like on paper, or has the script quietly flipped? Because this isn't just a rematch. It's redemption, wrapped inside a reversal. 3 years ago, Alex was the underdog trying to prove she belonged. Tomorrow, she walks in as the higher-ranked player, the one with recent Grand Slam pedigree, the one riding momentum into a hard-court swing that leads all the way to the US Open. And Zheng, the woman who once beat her in straight sets and went on to Olympic glory, is the one trying to prove she still has it. That's the tension sitting underneath every single point of this match. 2 athletes, completely different trajectories, colliding at the exact moment their careers are heading in opposite directions. Let's talk about how this could actually play out, because the tactical picture here is anything but simple. Zheng's game is built on aggression. Big serve, heavy ball, first strike tennis that tries to end points before they even become rallies. When she's healthy and in rhythm, she can bully opponents from the baseline, taking time away before they've had a chance to set their feet. That's the version of Zheng that beat Alex in Hangzhou. That's the version that made her a threat to anyone in the world. But when she's in rhythm, is doing a lot of work in that sentence. A player working her way back from injury doesn't always have that rhythm on command. Confidence in a big serve isn't just physical. It's built through repetition, through matches, through trusting your body under pressure. Zheng hasn't had many of those matches lately. And Alex is about to find out, point by point, exactly how much of that old aggression has survived the layoff. On the other side of the net stands a completely different kind of competitor. Alex doesn't try to overpower anyone. She never has. Her game is built on timing, on patience, on reading a point before it fully develops. As a left-hander, she naturally creates awkward angles that most players simply don't see week to week, angles that can quietly dismantle a rhythm-dependent player before they even realize what's happening. That left-handed advantage matters more than people think. Every ball comes in a little differently than an opponent expects. Every cross-court shot bends the wrong way. For a player trying to rebuild consistency after time away, facing spin and angles that break the usual patterns can be exactly the kind of problem that turns a comfortable rhythm into a frustrating afternoon. So picture the opening exchanges. Zheng looking to set the tone early, to remind everyone, including herself, what an Olympic champion's ball looks like. Alex looking to survive that opening burst, absorb the pace, and slowly redirect the match onto her own terms, one extended rally at a time. The first few games might decide more than anyone expects. If Alex can hold her own serve cleanly, avoid gifting easy points, and force Zheng to play one extra shot on every exchange, something interesting starts to happen. Confidence compounds. And when a player who's still finding her form starts feeling that extra half-second of pressure on routine points, cracks can appear fast. But if Zheng gets rolling, if that serve starts landing and those ground strokes start finding lines, she has more than enough firepower to close the door before Alex ever finds her footing. That's the swing this match is built on. Not talent, not ranking, momentum. Because here's what history keeps proving in matches exactly like this one. When an informed rising player meets a former elite competitor still searching for her old level, reputation stops mattering the moment the first ball is struck. What matters is who blinks first under pressure, who owns the big points, who wants it more when the score gets tight. And in this matchup, there's a psychological layer running underneath everything. Alex remembers exactly how that Hangzhou semifinal felt. Every rising athlete carries those defining losses somewhere, and the best ones learn to turn them into fuel instead of scar tissue. Tomorrow isn't just a first-round match to her. It's a chance to answer a question that's been sitting unresolved for 3 years. Was that loss a preview of the gap between them, or just a moment in time that's already changed? For Zheng, the stakes cut differently, but they cut just as deep. She's not just fighting for a second-round spot. She's fighting to prove, to the tour, to her ranking, and maybe most of all to herself, that the player who once stood atop an Olympic podium hasn't disappeared into an injury-riddled free fall. Every match back is a step toward reclaiming an identity she spent years building and nearly lost overnight. That's what turns this from a routine first-round matchup into something genuinely gripping. Two athletes, two completely different battles, one shared court. Watch the return games closely, because that's where this match could actually be decided. Alex has quietly become one of the sharper returners on tour this year, getting a racket on more first serves than most of the players ranked above her. If that returning instinct shows up tomorrow, Zheng won't get the free, cheap points she's used to living on. Every service game turns into work. And work, for a player still rebuilding rhythm and confidence, has a way of exposing exactly where the cracks are. On the flip side, if Zheng's serve locks in early, if she starts finding those lines and taking control of points before Alex can even react, this match could look completely different by the second set. That's the razor's edge this entire contest is balanced on. There's also the surface itself to consider. Hard courts reward exactly the kind of first-strike aggression Zheng built her career on, back when she was ranked inside the world's top 5. But hard courts also reward the disciplined footwork and clean redirection that Alex has been sharpening all season, ever since that breakthrough grass swing carried her deep into Wimbledon. Neither player has a clear structural advantage here. It comes down to who executes when it matters. So, picture the final stretch of a tight opening set. Both players holding serve, neither willing to give an inch, every single point carrying just a little more weight than the last. That's when the real story of this match reveals itself, not in the box score, but in body language. Who's still moving forward on big points, and who's starting to tighten up. If Zheng finds her old aggression and closes out a set convincingly, her experience could take over from there, and this becomes a statement when reminding everyone why she once stood on an Olympic podium. But if Alex extends that set into a tiebreak, if she keeps making Zheng play one more shot than she wants to, the entire complexion of the match could shift. Because pressure has a way of finding the player still rebuilding her confidence far faster than it finds the one riding a career-high wave of belief. That's exactly why this matchup deserves far more attention than a typical first-round draw usually gets. This isn't a formality. This is a rising star testing herself against a fallen, but far from finished champion, with a 3-year-old score still sitting unsettled between them. Whoever wins tomorrow walks away with more than just a spot in the next round. Alex walks away with either proof that her breakthrough season was real, or a reminder of exactly how far she still has to climb. Zheng walks away with either a genuine signal that her comeback is taking shape, or another difficult data point in what's already been a brutal year of rebuilding. Nothing about this match is decided in advance, no matter what the ranking gap suggests on paper. Tennis has a long history of humbling the favorite and rewarding the player with nothing left to lose. And right now, it's genuinely difficult to say which player that is. So when the first serve lands tomorrow, forget the rankings. Forget the history between them. Watch how each woman responds the moment things get uncomfortable, because that's where this one will actually be won. Who do you think comes out on top? The rising Filipina chasing her biggest win yet, or the Olympic champion fighting to remind the world she's still elite? Drop your prediction before the first ball is struck, because after that, all that will matter is what happens on the court.